What if the most common substance on Earth, water, wasn't just a liquid, but a conscious, intelligent being? It sounds like science fiction, right? But what if I told you there's a growing body of evidence, both scientific and spiritual, that suggests this is closer to reality than we think? We use water every single day. We drink it, we bathe in it, we cook with it. It's so familiar that we barely give it a second thought. But in doing so, we might be vastly underestimating its incredible capacity to absorb, store, and even transmit information. Today, we're going to dive deep into the mind-blowing world of water, exploring the idea that it has a memory and an intelligence that could be profoundly affecting our reality in ways we've never imagined. Get ready to see the world and yourself in a whole new light. So, let's start with the science, or at least the fascinating edge of it. The core idea is what's known as water structure. We all learned in school that water is H2O, but it's not that simple. These H2O molecules don't just float around randomly. They form complex, geometric clusters, almost like tiny liquid crystals. And here is the mind-blowing part. The shape and stability of these clusters can change based on the energy and information they are exposed to. This isn't just about temperature or pressure. We're talking about vibrations, intentions, and even emotions. The most famous and visually stunning work in this area comes from the late Japanese researcher, Dr. Masaru Emoto. His experiments were revolutionary. He would take samples of water from the same source and expose them to different stimuli. Some samples were exposed to positive words like love and gratitude. Others were played beautiful classical music. On the flip side, some samples were subjected to negative words like hate or fear or jarring heavy metal music. After this exposure, he would flash freeze tiny droplets from each sample and photograph the ice crystals that formed. The results were absolutely astonishing. The water that received positive intentions, like love and gratitude, formed breathtakingly beautiful, intricate, and symmetrical snowflakes, almost like perfect mandalas. The water exposed to classical music also formed elegant, well-structured crystals. But the water that was exposed to negativity? It was a different story entirely. The hate water produced chaotic, fractured, and frankly, ugly-looking formations. It often failed to form any coherent crystal at all. What Dr. Emoto's work suggests is something profound. The physical structure of water literally changes based on the vibrational frequency of the information it receives. Positive, high-frequency vibrations create harmony and order. Negative, low-frequency vibrations create chaos and disorder. Think about it. Water appears to have a memory. It records the energy it comes into contact with, holding that information within its very structure. This simple, yet revolutionary idea opens up a whole new way of understanding the world and our connection to it. Now, let's take this one step further and connect it directly to you. Here's a simple fact. The human body is on average about 70% water. Your brain and heart are composed of even more, around 73%. Your lungs are about 83% water. You are quite literally a walking, talking body of water. So, if external water can be imprinted with the energy of words, music, and intention, what do you think is happening to the water inside of you every single day? Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every word you speak is a vibration. That vibration is being imprinted directly onto the 70% of you that is water. This is where it gets incredibly personal. When you're stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts, worry, or stress, you are essentially creating those chaotic, disorganized water structures that Dr. Emoto photographed, but you're creating them inside your own body. This can create a negative feedback loop. The chaotic water structure leads to lower energy, more stress, and even physical discomfort, which then fuels more negative thoughts. You feel stuck, drained, and out of sync. But the opposite is also true, and this is where the real power lies. When you cultivate positive emotions like gratitude, love, joy, and peace, you are creating beautiful, harmonious, and highly organized water structures within your cells. This isn't just some feel-good idea. It has a real-world effect. Harmonious internal water structures can lead to better cellular communication, increased energy, greater mental clarity, and a stronger sense of well-being. You are literally tuning the water of your body to a higher, healthier frequency. Your consciousness is directly programming the very substance that makes you up. You have the power to change your internal environment, one thought at a time. Okay, this is all fascinating, but how can we actually use this knowledge in our daily lives? How do we harness the power of water to improve our well-being? It's simpler than you might think, and it starts with being more mindful and intentional. First, let's talk about intentional hydration. The next time you pour yourself a glass of water, don't just chug it down. Take a moment. Hold the glass in your hands. Take a deep breath and infuse that water with a positive intention. You can say it out loud or just think it clearly. Something like, "This water brings me health and vitality," or "This water cleanses me and brings me peace." By doing this, you're consciously programming the water with a high-frequency vibration right before it enters your body. You're turning a simple act of drinking water into a powerful ritual of self-care. Second, consider the environment of your water. Remember how water responded to music. Try exposing the water you're about to drink to calming music, the frequencies of a sound bath, or even the soothing sounds of nature. You can play a peaceful track next to your water pitcher for a few minutes. It might sound strange, but you're simply using sound vibrations to help structure the water in a more harmonious way before you consume it. Third, let's reframe a daily routine, your shower. Instead of just rushing through it, see your shower as a conscious cleansing ritual. As the water washes over you, visualize it not just cleaning your skin, but washing away any stress, negative energy, or worries from your day. Imagine the chaotic energy dissolving and flowing down the drain, leaving you feeling refreshed, clear, and renewed. This transforms a mundane task into a powerful practice of mental and energetic hygiene. This wisdom isn't entirely new. For thousands of years, ancient cultures have revered water sources. Rivers, lakes, and natural springs were often considered sacred places of healing and spiritual connection. They understood, perhaps intuitively, that water was more than just a resource. It was a living, intelligent force. By adopting these simple practices, we are tapping into that same ancient wisdom. So, let's bring it all together. Water is so much more than a simple molecule. It's a dynamic, intelligent medium that acts as a carrier and recorder of information. It responds directly to our thoughts, our emotions, and our intentions. The water we drink and the water that makes up the vast majority of our bodies are constantly being shaped by our state of being. The real shift happens when we stop treating water as a passive substance and start treating it with the respect and reverence it deserves. See it as a partner in your health and well-being. By consciously interacting with the water you consume and becoming more mindful of the thoughts and emotions that program the water within you, you unlock a powerful tool for transformation. You have the ability to literally change your inner sea from a chaotic storm into a calm, harmonious ocean. So I invite you to try it. The next time you reach for a drink, pause and connect with it. And I'd love to know, what intention will you set for your next glass of water? Share it in the comments below. Let's start this conversation and share our experiences. Thank you so much for watching. And if this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden realities of our world. See you next time.